Steam has everyone thinking about achievements. So we've got two guests on today to talk about both Steam and all of how it works, more than I was able to articulate the other podcast, and all about achievements. And when I say all, I mean all about all the achievements with some of these top achievement hunters in our guild. So that and more is coming up on this episode of the Escape Podcast for Star Wars: The Old Republic. Our broadcast aspect today is EPC 354. And playing alongside me is Seema. Hi, Seema.
Hey, Max.
And before we talk about what we've been doing, let's introduce our two guests. As I said, we've got two today. Corley is an AIE officer and Steam expert. That's how I'm billing you, Corley. And Thaan, who you may remember from our Appearance tab episode and all those cool costumes from a few weeks back, is one of our achievement experts. So Thaan's on as well. So hi, Corley. How's it going and what have you been up to lately?
Well, I am not necessarily a Steam expert.
I knew you were going to say that, Corley.
Negative. This is now what you've been titled. So this is what you bring to the clown party.
Gotcha. Yeah. So yeah. Speaking of clown parties, that's what we had going on tonight.
Yeah, we did.
We just I don't know. We couldn't get the rhythm going down or something in Dread Palace there. But other than that, I've been
finish
playing
it. But I mean, we did pretty good for a couple bosses.
Yeah, but we did better last week. Last week was better.
Corley's our ops leader, so he's got the true critique going on. No, you guys sucked. Yeah. You're gonna have to work on that. And Max, you get one more chance and you're off the team. I know how it goes.
Other than SWTOR, I've dipped a little bit into WoW again. My wife has decided she wanted to check it out and play with one of our adult kids who is playing. And
the family that plays
other
together.
Steam games too. Yeah, I mean, he grew up with us playing, so it's kind of surprising that not surprising that he got back into it, because he hasn't probably been in it for I don't know 8 years, and he decided to get back into it. So yeah, so we're messing with that. That's about it right now.
Cool. And welcome, Thaan. How are you doing, and what have you been up to?
I'm doing well. Thanks for having me. I likewise am not an achievement expert. I'm an achievement junkie. So I guess that qualifies me to talk about some of them. So to that end, I've been trying to catch up to Zen on GSF. Getting close, but still got a ways to go. I'm only at 91%. So.
But Zen hit 100% on GSF, didn't he?
Yep. So that's
and he hit 100 Valor too.
Yes,
that I do have.
Oh,
I got that. I got that the last time they did a double XP. I spent the entire time just cranking the double Valor.
That is one Steam achievement I will never have. Sorry.
And Seema. Hi, Seema.
Well, hello again there, Max.
And what have you been up to?
Well, I've been up to a bunch of stuff. In SWTOR, I'll just say, though, I've been... Well, actually, I haven't swoop raced yet. I thought I would by now, but I ran out of time today, just from real life being interesting. But I've been working a little bit on leveling my Sentinel, and I will do some leveling on my Gunslinger. Also, to be clear, this is not my first Sentinel or my first Gunslinger. just so that nobody thinks that I'm just now getting around to leveling a Gunslinger and a Sentinel. But those are the two characters I have left on the pub side that are not level 75 yet. So working. As I talked about last week, I kind of do a mix of conquest, and now I've added in achievements too for leveling and some story if I feel like it. But yeah, I'm not very good at those two characters, so I'm glad I have companions level 50. Well, at least level 25 companions. We had a good MFN this week. We did some achievements, and then we rampaged in the heroic area on Ilum. But really, once we hit the rampage, it's not called rampage anymore, but defeat enemies too. We just kept going because we were getting so much XP, and we had a bunch of people leveling, including my Sentinel. So in the second half of the night on MFN. I think I got like 7 levels on my Sentinel, so that was fun.
Yeah. A lot of people. I mean, the levels were just flying across the whole
Plus,
group.
I like the whole force charge thing that way, where you just like fly through the air and then whack mobs with your lightsabers is just cool. So yeah, I
You
like
have to say force leap every time you do it.
that. Force leap.
you know, that's the way I play it. For my rarely used classes, if I have a really favorite ability, like force choke is a key one. I have to yell out force choke every time I use it. Force choke, force choke. So that's that.
Oh, you must have 2 charges of it then.
Rock it back.
Like
Rock it
rocket
back.
Rock it out.
Max, how about you? What have you been up to?
Why, thank you for asking, Seema. I did do some swoop racing. I'm not legendary with any of the 3 factions yet, so I gotta keep working on that. I'm slacking a little bit, but had fun with that. Had fun with MFN on Tuesday night. Had fun with our ops team tonight. Although yes, it was a little bit of a clown party. Although we were super casual on the bestia fight and just
Yeah, we were.
destroyed her while we were like chatting and real casual
Yep.
about it. And so I think we got a little too casual and
Yeah.
things got a little harder every fight then, and I don't know why. So we'll figure that out. But that was fun. And otherwise, yeah, I've been cheating a little bit. I've been playing a little Dual Universe, which is in beta. It's been a little bit messy in the beta, but it's voxel building on top of like a little bit of a space game like Eve, and I really like building stuff. And I've literally spent like a week building this new spaceship, just like putting every pixel everywhere I wanted and all that kind of stuff. So I want that added into Star Wars, and I will have everything I could ever need.
Yeah.
Because one thing I can't get in any other game is a log mount on a log. As you can see,
Oh,
I found a
oh my
log,
gosh.
so I had to get my log mount on the log. Okay, let us. We have a ton of news to talk about.
Now, an Imperial News Network report.
So there is a ton of news. It's important news. We're going to skim it this week. And once the PTS comes back up, we're going to spend next week on the PTS talking about this stuff in more detail. So we'll still touch on the key news topics. There's feedback posts with each of these. It's a big deal. But we'll wait till we get our hands in it before we sort of peel the onion on really what's going on. So to kick it off, Bugwatch is back. We had a few things pop up in Bugwatch. I see there is some login issues that got corrected. There were some cartel coin issues that got corrected, armor bugs, Maelstrom Prison level sync. That was interesting. That level sync got out of whack in a couple places, but nothing too dramatic or extreme. Always keep an eye on Bugwatch if there's stuff that you're hoping gets fixed. If those banners continues to still not be at the right brightness in your Odessan stronghold, post it on the forums, and then the community team will get their hands on that. So that's that.
Also, there was a post this week about measures that BioWare is planning to take to address toxicity. And this week there was a request for feedback on those measures that they were taking. And there actually was quite a bit of feedback, but some of the changes that they're considering / making is they're changing how backfilling works in ranked PvP, so that if a tank or healer declines the queue, they'll be backfilled with someone with the same role, which I guess wasn't how it worked before. And so people are providing feedback on that. They're also saying that they want to remove vote kick from ranked PvP, which is getting mixed feedback. People are concerned that removing vote kick will increase the sort of griefing type behaviors in ranked PvP, where people join the game but then they don't do anything, so they just wait out the game. With other people saying yes, but vote to kick doesn't really address that, because all that leaves you is a man down on your team.
Right. Unless there's extra backfill changes to go along with it. But yeah, double-edged sword with some of this stuff. I get that.
And they also are talking about having ranked PvP now require an eye level of 306, which strikes me as completely reasonable. And I think the feedback so far, most people are agreeing with that one. And then there's also like they're talking about a legacy ignore, which means that when you put someone on ignore, you would be ignoring their whole legacy, so that you wouldn't have to keep ignoring all their characters if that's what you were doing. So I guess I haven't personally had to put anyone on ignore. Maybe that's a feature of not doing ranked PvP. Is it maybe it's a bigger problem in the PvP world, but yeah, I mean, I'm for it because it sounds like something that's more convenient than not.
So you don't have me on ignore? You just like to
I
see my messages and just not
I
respond to
just
them aggressively?
I just do the old-fashioned manual ignore.
It's called selective ignoring.
Yeah.
You actually want to see me trying so that you can laugh maniacally
Yeah.
as I try and fail to get in contact with you. Okay, I got it.
No, on that legacy ignore thing, on the live stream today, and I know you probably don't want to talk a lot about it, but they were also talking
No, we can.
about working on doing like legacy friends.
Mhm.
So
Yeah.
you don't have to you don't have to friend everybody in all your tunes. And
I mean,
they're working on trying to get that working because I guess that was a big request.
it's got to make your friends list and just more manageable if it I mean because you would have so fewer entries.
Yeah, and they also said that with the legacy ignore, that anybody who's on your ignore list now will automatically get populated to all of your other tunes.
Oh, great.
So they
Oh,
said
it's
that.
like legacy
That's
legacy.
fancy.
Your
Yeah,
Yeah.
legacy ignores their legacy. That is
yeah, basically.
That is like,
kind of
But
cool.
I suggested that maybe they integrate the Steam Friends functionality to do the
Oh.
legacy. That way. But I mean, I don't know how easy or how hard it is. I'm not a programmer, but that might
And
be
the
something that they could do too.
integration at that level with Steam and Star Wars may not be there, but that's interesting.
Yeah.
Legacy Friends sounds interesting, but Seema's smuggler is a real jerk. I like all of Seema's other characters, but her smuggler is just gets under my skin. So
The way, yes.
also in the news, new augments. We didn't even mention it. No, that came in after the show last week. So new augments, big deal. I've got a lot of thoughts on this. Again, we'll mostly save it till next week as we get in there and mess around with it and they get more information out on it. This is plenty of conversation that we can have because it's something that we would be thinking about, right?
One of the reasons the PTS is down right now, they said, is they're putting in some responses to some of the feedback on the stuff, and maybe they will address some of the augment feedback.
You mean so it won't take like 17 months to get a
No
full set of
guarantees.
augments if you grind out master mode operations 3 times a week? Yeah, that would be interesting. Okay, so you can get some of the issue with augments. The basis behind the new augments is they're designed for only the top tier of players, ranked PvPers, and master mode operations progression groups, for one. For two, as a result, in the materials you need to get are tied to both of those activities. That means, and they're tied to both of those activities, not even just one. So there's 2 sets of currency. One comes from ranked PvP, one comes from master mode operations. They're going to be very, very hard to get, very expensive. And right now, the way they've described the amount of currency that you get through weeklies and master modes and boss kills and your ranked PvP work that you do throughout the week, it still would take a team of 8 players doing operations a couple nights a week, master mode, and clearing an operation each night, like 9 months to get to outfit the team with augments, which is just sounds kind of ridiculous. It's
It just
also
makes
yeah
you just shrug when you hear that. It's just
that there's a
why.
lot of there's a lots of side to this, and again, we'll peel the onion a little bit more on it next week
Yeah.
because
And it might be different by then.
right, and it might be different because we as non-master mode, non-ranked PvPers still would like to participate in this kind of thing, and if it's out there, you kind of want it. And what does that do then? Where does that leave us? That puts us in an interesting spot of either having to pay 1 billion credits to try to get these things, or to just not get them and be locked out of something where you feel like you kind of want to do it. Although, I don't know if I really do feel like I want to do it.
I don't feel like I want to do it.
I mean, I didn't get the super expensive augments
Last time. Yeah.
last time.
Right. And like you said, I think, what's it going to give you? +7 to mastery.
That was my other thing. Is like, I mean, these things. I mean, I imagine on the GTN they're going to be like 100 million credits the first month that they're up there. So you could spend basically 1 billion credits out for your character with all the new augments. Yeah, you're going to get like +6 mastery per augment. It's like, really?
It's like buying one of the new NVIDIA video cards. You fight and get it. And in 2 months you could probably get it for less.
Yeah.
I'm in general, I'm perfectly fine with some rewards only being available when you do some part of the content. But
Sure.
this just seems like it's too difficult. Like if the people who are doing that content, if it's going to take them months and months, I'm not sure what they actually are. Because if they're doing it as a reward for that type of effort, it's not. I don't feel like it's hitting that, right? Because
Right.
it's by the time they've been doing master mode for 9 months.
Yeah.
Well, I mean,
what do you
pretty much got it down.
Yeah. So we'll talk
Anyway.
about it a little bit more because there's some tricks that people do when they need to farm master mode stuff, and then we'll talk about that too. But what else? So a couple other things too.
Yeah, upcoming a new holiday event, Feast of Prosperity. It's on the PTS when the PTS is up. It's not up right now, but it might be up as soon as tomorrow morning. I guess you'll see. But anyway, it's like a cooking themed event, so it has high possibilities. There is a thread on the forums asking for feedback, and if you read through that, the initial feedback is that people who have played through these mini games have really enjoyed them. So that's pleasant. I was able to tune in for the end of the live stream today, and I saw Dan playing one of the things, and it does look pretty cute. So I'm looking forward to that. We might get a chance to see that this week.
Excellent. Here I found a page of the graphics for the new cooking event. It's Cooking Mama.
Yeah, that's exactly what it is. Cookie Mama.
Oh,
any
you
of
did
those
so
games.
good. All right. Also, and then a third thing, which I think we did mention last week. I think this one did come in. Will be that they are going to be doing some updates to Conquest. The Conquest updates, again, they're posting more information. There's a feedback thread available. They're unveiling a little bit more depth of what changes are coming to Conquest in terms of balance of what's easy, giving you less points than the points today. The harder things should be giving you more points. So they're going to balance that kind of stuff. They're going to unveil more, and they sort of really go into detail on some of this stuff. We still have a couple of our favorite things that we wish they would do as part of this too. So I got to pick up that. Where's my BioWare hotline? Call up Keith and tell him what I need done.
Keith.
And that's more planets every week. I want all the planets every week. You may have thought I just said I want a bunch of planets per week. I want all the planets every week. Anyway, again, we'll get on the PTS. We'll check it out. We'll see what it looks like. And we'll cry that we can't get 35,000 conquest points for riding a taxi ride after this change goes in.
So I've mentioned a couple times already, but the PTS is not up at the moment, but hopefully tomorrow. And there's a list of known issues, but I mean, it could be completely different tomorrow.
Yeah. So they took it down. They're bringing it back up. and I see 5 feedback threads that are wrapped into this. So there's a lot out there. If you're interested in this kind of thing, if you're interested in help moving the game forward, 5 feedback threads, provide your feedback. We know that Daniel and Eric Musco and the community team go through this kind of stuff in detail and elevate as much as they can to the devs. We know Matt Pusevich sits around and eats Swedish fish and maybe looks at a couple of these things. I don't know, but it is useful stuff. And then yes, they had a live stream. They had a live stream this afternoon. I haven't had a chance to go through it. It was mostly about this kind of stuff that's going to be up on the PTS and the rest of the details. We'll also go through that in detail and see if there was any other tidbits that we didn't learn from what's in all of the posts. Again, we'll do that next week. Seema, Guild and Community News. What is going on?
Well, tomorrow night is Mega for this month, September. And Marcus is going to take the Mega group into the Dread Fortress. So that should be fun. So show up here tomorrow being September 25.
Yes, Mega, monthly epic guild activity. So once a month we do a bigger thing. This is open to everyone on the server on Starforge, 8 p.m. Central. Marcus is Working Class Nerds Marcus. He's one of our officers. Jump in on Twitter. Check us out. Jump in there. If we have to get a couple operations groups going through, we've got competing groups racing from through Dread Fortress there. It's probably just going to be story mode to have fun with it. Go see Corruptor Zero and punch him in the face. Jump in. Starforge, 8 p.m. to 10 p.m. And we start on time and we end on time, so you don't have to worry about it going all night and that kind of thing. We would love to have you. Yeah. Also wanted to do a shout out to a bunch of new guildies coming in. It was Zero Zeno has been a new guildie that's been hanging out and doing a bunch of stuff with us lately. Tabitha is a guildie who's come over and does a ton in our Star Trek Online division, and now is revived some characters from like 6 years ago and is getting all back into it. That's really fun to see. So shout out to all our new guildies and shout out to the chat room. Shout out to SWTORista who just raided our channel here with cheese. With like she's brought in like 120 people. So hello to all of you. So that is cool. And we will talk to all of you chat room there a little bit more in the post show. But now we will talk about our main event.
Many Bothans died to bring us this information.
So Corley and Thaan have been killing Bothans, which I really appreciate, because apparently that just doing that alone gets you information. But as I said, what we're going to dig into now for the segment today is Steam achievements, a little bit more about what Steam has to offer and why Star Wars on Steam is a really cool and interesting thing, and then achievements in a little bit more detail. So Zen in the chat room provided us some of his input. So between Zen and Thaan and a couple other people like Medulla, we've got people well on the path to getting every achievement in the game. Yep. I'm kind of interested myself, not because now it's a visible score, even though I don't use Steam to launch the game, but that now that it's like a public thing that people can see how, what my percentage complete on SWTOR achievements is. Kind of want to get a couple achievements. So we'll give you some tips and tricks. We'll go into it in detail. Chat room, if you want to throw some questions in there for Corley on Steam or Thaan on achievements, feel free to do that. But let's kick it off. Let's kick it off with talking about Steam. Oh, well, first, let's say, here we are on, why are we on, Seema, tell us why we are on the Markaran Plains on the planet of Balmora.
Because the theme is achievements, and we're looking at some Bormu, and if you kill 500 of them, you get an achievement.
500, and there's only like 7 on the planet.
Right.
But still, When you kill them, you have to stand in front of them like this, and you have to say, "Bormu, I have come to bargain."
No, Thaan has to say that.
Thaan has to say
Oh,
that on
sure,
his
good.
Yeah, he's not a
Stethon
Yeah.
strange
Steve-
costume character. Go back a couple episodes if you want to see that character detailed. It's spectacular. Anyway, yes, so we're gonna kill Bormu while we're talking. Maybe we'll get to 500. More likely we'll get to like 7, but
7.
but we'll start there. Corley,
All right.
tell us about Steam.
Yeah, so everybody knows the game recently got released on Steam, and we saw a big uptick in our guild of people coming back to the game and everything, and even new players coming in. So it's improved the visibility for the game a lot, I think. Um, way back in 2011 when the game came out, I was really hoping it was going to be on Steam because I've used Steam for, since it came out. The first game on Steam was Half-Life 2. They released it with Steam, so I've been
Yeah.
on it since then. And so with Star Wars on there, there's a couple things on Steam that it can be very useful for new players or for players that have been playing for a long time. You can now, so if you go to the store page on Steam, you can obviously install it from there.
Yeah.
If you haven't installed already, you can hit play now, and it'll take you to your page on Steam for Star Wars. But on the store page, you can go through and you can subscribe in Steam. They announced that before, but when they originally announced it, they said, "Hey, it's not reoccurring yet. They're working on getting that fixed." Well, they've got it fixed, so now it will you can sign up for reoccurring subscriptions. All the same options you have on the SWTOR page, 30, 60, 90, and 180 days. The prices are the same unless you're in other countries. I think we have one of our ops team members, Sten, one of our officers. He's in Canada, and it's actually cheaper for him to subscribe through Steam because there is no conversion. There's no currency exchange, so it's actually cheaper for him to do it through Steam than it was to pay through the SWTOR website. And now that it's reoccurring, it makes it a lot easier for you to do that. You can also buy your cartel coins on here. The same options you can. I mean, all the options are the same as what's on the SWTOR website. It's just all in one spot. If you
Mhm.
have money in Steam already, if you have a credit, like say somebody gives you a Steam gift card, well, you can use it to pay for your subscription, or you can buy cartel coins with it. You don't have to buy. They used to have the old cartel coin cards that you could buy at Target and stuff like that. You don't need that anymore. It's all in Steam. And then they have a couple different bundles, which basically those bundles give you items from the cartel market. And I think these bundles actually unlock on all your characters automatically. It's not just on one character like it is if you buy it with cartel coin.
Got it. Sith bundle, Jedi bundle, Galactic Leisure bundle.
Yeah, and I think you can expand. If you click on them, it'll tell you what's in them. And there's a lot of stuff in some of these. Well, these are $25. There should be a lot of stuff in them, but you get a bunch of lightsabers. You get some crystals.
Get the mount, the
Yeah.
chair or the throne. You get armor sets. Yeah, a lot of stuff.
Yeah, and bundles are delivered via in-game mail and are available on all characters. So yeah, they might save you some cartel coins by doing it that way. So I mean that's a good thing, and then you can also see which ones of your friends are playing. You can also see what the current reviews are. But yeah,
Can you see me? I'm playing.
well, you're not a friend with me on Steam.
Oh,
You have to be friends on Steam to
Why?
do it.
Why aren't we friends?
You've been legacy ignored.
Yes.
Yeah, I don't know.
Steam has
Manually.
legacy ignored everyone.
Yeah. So yeah, so you have that's the store page. Then if you go to your library, the library page, So the SWTOR page in your library.
Mm-hmm.
Where is it? There it is. So now you have, this is basically everything that you've done in a game. So it shows you which achievements you have unlocked.
95%. Only 95%.
Yeah, and that's what I have too. So
It takes,
kinda
you know,
funny.
like 80% of the work. That last 5% is 80% of the effort.
Yeah, because it's all the Valor 100, doing the master mode and vet mode, coffee and Kotat,
Yeah.
stuff like that. But on your store page, you also see any of your friends who are playing. You can see what they've done. Like on my page on September 19th, Marcus did the Prophecy of the Shining Man achievement, which is complete all the story missions for the Agent of Boss. So you can see what your friends are also doing and get a little maybe competition going on to see who can get the most stuff at once. This for the Steam achievements to show up, it's all automatic. It just pulls it right straight from the game. There's nothing you got to do with that at all. And actually going back a little bit for launching the game and everything like that, playing a game in Steam, you download the launcher in Steam, but then it's the same launcher that you had before with, if you downloaded it straight from SWTOR's website or if you install it through Origin. It's the same launcher. The big difference, though, is visually it's the same. Let's put it that way. The big difference is there's no bit rater, so that cheat protection, copy protection stuff that they had in there that would always cause you to reorganize every time there was a patch or fail patching or whatever, and people did all kinds of crazy things to get rid of. You don't have that with Steam because Steam is the copy protection and the cheat protection built in. So it makes it a lot easier, and the game launches a lot faster. And when it patches, you still patch it through the launcher. Steam doesn't patch it, but it patches through the launcher, and it launches so much. At least for me, my experience with it so far, because I installed it the first day, it launches so much quicker.
I
Doesn't
have
sit
to
there and
agree.
reorganize.
I've been using Steam for about a week and a half now, and I can't quantify it, but it does seem just quicker and sleeker somehow.
Yeah, when it's launching now, when you're going to planets and stuff,
Yeah, it's the same.
It'll take forever to load, but yeah.
I don't use
It's kind of
Steam.
nice.
I mean, I've used Steam, but only for the few games I've played that you had to. That's the only way I could get them, like No Man's Sky, and Rust. I see Rust in here. I see No Man's Sky, Fallout 4, Dota Underlords. That was kind of fun. Update required.
I've gotten to the point where if I start up SWTOR and I start to do it the old way, I catch myself and then start over and do it in Steam.
I bowed to my Steam overlords a long time ago.
Yeah.
So everything. I mean, it used to be when Steam sales used to be a big thing. Like you would
I
just
remember
throw
that.
money at Steam
Humble bundles.
well, the Steam sales were before that even. Like they did a winter sale, like a Christmas sale and a summer sale, and I mean stuff would be dirt cheap. I mean, I don't even know how many games I have on here that I've never actually played because I bought them when they were on sale and say, oh, maybe I'll play that. But the sales aren't as exciting as they used to be because it's kind of saturation, I think. But there's still stuff that goes on sale and it's cheap, really cheap. So the sales really do a lot.
Chat room was asking
when you're trying to get stuff.
What's No Man's Sky?
Yeah, and they just that just had a huge update and everything too. So
yeah.
I haven't played
I got
this weekend. I'm gonna
burned on No Man's Sky and I played it all the way through at launch to the quote unquote end, and I think I still have the video archived somewhere. I was streaming it when I got to the center of the galaxy, and my face when I got to the center was something like, oh.
Yeah. Well, I mean, the story they've actually like tweaked the story a little bit, I think, since then. I still haven't got to the center, but I'm working on that. So going back to SWTOR on Steam, though.
Yep. You said
So you
community
have your
hub.
game page. Well, we'll get to that in just a second. But on here, it lists, all this game landing page in the library, lists all your stuff. You can take screenshots through Steam. There's you can hotkey that. I think mine is F12.
And they take screenshots for you too.
I don't know if it takes them
Yeah,
automatically for you.
on my page I have a thing called post game summary, and it's like screenshots from our ops tonight.
If you take screenshots, it
No,
will
I don't.
pop that up.
I didn't take any.
Okay. Well, maybe the hotkey. Maybe the hotkey is the same as something that you
Oh,
use in SWTOR,
yeah, maybe.
Because mine's F12, but yeah, that's just what I think it is by default.
Are they random photos of us being dead?
Yeah.
Well,
Maybe.
one of them actually is that time when everybody was dead and I was fighting Raptus.
Huh.
She was soloing Raptus.
Yeah, so
vet mode Raptus.
Look at me.
Soloing
Look at me.
Raptus.
It's a picture of me
highlight.
killing Raptus, not Raptus killing me. Don't get the wrong idea.
But you can save those. Like if you go on there and you can hit save and you can upload them to your profile on Steam so people can see them, or they'll be on the they'll show up on other people's pages if you're friends with them. But the other thing besides achievements is the trading cards, which is in Steam. This is something they started a couple years ago. It's basically nothing more than another type of achievement. You can actually sell these on Steam if you want, for a few cents here and there. People want to buy them, but it's nothing more than another type of achievement. It doesn't do anything for you except give you like things you can put on your profile page.
Okay.
It's not really anything. It's not really anything you need to worry about. And with free-to-play games, which SWTOR is considered a free-to-play game, the only way to get them is to spend money on the game. But I have yet to figure out how you can get the cards, because I bought cartel coins through Steam, didn't get any cards. I bought stuff with those cartel coins in the game, still no cards on Steam. And I've been playing on Steam for 84 hours. So when you click on it, when you click on the cards and it says you have no more drops remaining up at the top.
Yep, which I'm showing right now.
Yep, and then you can hit how to earn more cards. It tells you need to spend approximately $9.
Yeah.
I spent a lot more than $9 getting cartel coins, and I didn't get no cards. So
yeah,
if somebody knows how to get them, I know Marcus has a couple, because you can actually see who has some if they're on your friends list. Marcus has a couple. He's the only one on my friends list.
Oh, Marcus is on your friends list.
Wow.
All right, so then the other thing, the last thing we wanted to touch on here, which you turned me on to, was the community hub.
The community hub, yeah. So there's a couple ways to get to it, but you can click on the community hub link there, and then that brings up basically it's kind of like a website for almost everything on Steam that deals with the old Star Wars: The Old Republic. On the all page, it just kind of shows you everything. Of course, you have everybody's favorite, the discussions, which is like a forum. I'm not even gonna go there, because it's probably a dumpster fire, just like the regular forums can be. You have screenshots, which are screenshots from anybody. Anybody can post this. You can share a screenshot here, and if it gets upvoted, kind of like Reddit, people will see it. You can go popular and change that up. People can post artwork. Some of them I think are just like things that people have found online. Nothing. There's a couple memes in there and stuff too.
The Mandalorian.
Nice.
I see him up here.
This is the way.
And it's the season 2 with him with the child in the little pouch. A Grievous face, General Grievous face. That's pretty cool.
Yeah, there is some art in here that some people have made, which is cool, but some are just pictures that people have posted. Broadcasts, basically it's like Twitch. If somebody's broadcasting through Steam, which you can do now since the game is on Steam, you can watch people play on there. Videos.
I don't see any podcast lists. Are there any good Star Wars The Old Republic podcasts? I don't think so.
Well, you could post it. I think on the all page. Maybe you can't post it there, but you can post it in the discussions.
All right, I'm gonna do that. Hi guys. check out my podcast.
There you go. Or you could post it in the videos, because you can also post videos to this if you record. Then the news tab is actually official news. It's a little bit behind. Hopefully they keep it up to date, but it's a little bit right. The last thing on here is the double XP event. So
I don't know why these highlighted comments are highlighted. One is, why is installing taking so long? I've played past MMORPGs before, but this is madness and makes me wonder if it's worth it.
Let madness release.
The second one is even better. Infinite screen loading, ... And the body of the post is title, period, can't fix it, period.
That's not what he wanted to type, I guess. I don't know. But there's also another tab called guides, which people can post guides. They can link, I'm assuming, link to other guides. There's achievement guides. Which kind of goes into what we're getting ready to talk about. There's also guides in there for datacrons. I didn't know this was there, so this is kind of nice for people who have never played before. Instead of going, instead of searching for websites, because some are a little bit out of date. Hopefully these are not these ones that people are posting and stuff. But you can search for guides on here, like walkthroughs, gameplay basics. Hopefully SWTOR and the other people who do this stuff, Volk and all them, will post their guides in here or links to their guides so people can find them. But
I know a little bit of Spanish, but I don't
community
get this. I can't read this one. En esta guía le dejo los códigos promocionales que fusionan en 2020.
Is this another comment or something? What are you looking at?
It's a guide.
Oh, I don't know.
Spanish. I mean, it's Spanish, but
I only speak 2 languages, English and bad English, so I don't know.
But you mentioned achievements. I want to scroll back to my achievements. Am I on? I'm not logged in here. I got to go to the other one. Because I'm at what did I say? 95%.
Yeah.
And
which I think a lot of people are.
Yeah. And we are going to talk about that a little bit. So achievements that are listed in here, we know that they're not. There's the discussions. We know that they're not all the achievements that there are. I didn't get, do you know if they're adding any more? Are they done? Is this all the achievements that are going to be in Steam? Or if I go start down this path and then I'm going to have to do more achievements?
They could. I mean,
183 of 191. So is it 191 achievements have been copied over?
Yeah.
And
there's 2 hidden on there also, which is,
yeah,
who knows what those are. Maybe if you unlock all the achievements, you get another achievement.
And SWTOR has a page that shows all the achievements, including the hidden ones. So if you don't know which ones you're missing that are the hidden ones, you can sort of, by process of elimination, find them there as well.
I'll have to check that out. But yeah, I mean, I'm sure they could add more achievements. I mean, because it interfaces with the game, and it just, if you get in the game, then it sends something to Steam and says, "Hey, this is complete."
Well, let's get into that. So now with these achievements in Steam, and I here it says, oh no, I'm at 96%. What the heck? The heck do you mean? 96, 183 of 191, 96% achievements earned. What is yours, Corley and Thaan?
Mine is the same, 183 out of 191.
Thaan, what's yours?
I am at 0 because I'm not on Steam yet.
I wonder what yours would be.
Mine is 183 of 191 also.
Because
yeah,
there's one thing that we didn't. Well, you guys mentioned it before about the whole. If you log into an account on Steam, you have to use Steam, and you can't log into it the regular way. Remember the whole linking your account to Steam. So if you have multiple accounts, Steam might not be the way to go, or you can have one on Steam and one not on Steam.
Which is what I have. So I have the game installed twice. I have it installed on Steam, but I still every day just launch it with the regular launcher. maybe I'll start launching it more with Steam so that my /played number goes up. But I do that because I have my free to play account that I log into if I want to see what when people ask questions. Well, what does it look like for free players? Blah blah blah. So I've got extra accounts, and I've got my kids have an account, so I want to be able to log into those.
There's definitely there's two achievements that Thaan will have that I don't have, and that's the Warzone veteran, which is 50 Warzone matches of any type. And then you said you were Valor 100. That's
Mhm.
the
Valor
Elite
100.
Warlord is the other achievement.
Eternal Master, which is Knights of Eternal Throne on Master difficulty. Knights of Eternal Throne on Veteran difficulty. Fallen Empire on Master and Veteran. So those, do you have all of those, Thaan? You probably do.
I only need one more chapter, and I will have 100% on that. At the very last chapter of Kotet.
So that would be
Automatic
5
aftermath.
more out of the 8 that I'm still missing. Flashpoint Master, which is
How do you
all.
not? How do you not have that?
Flashpoint Master?
Yeah.
Well, because
I have that, and I don't play Flashpoints hardly at all.
I don't know. I think there's something weird about it.
Yeah, because I've done I did, I did I did them all. I've done them all many times, but if I go into it, some of them say, you like missed a boss, or I don't know what so I don't know what
Yeah,
the problem is.
which can't be true. I mean, like you'd have like 1, 2, 4, and 5, but not 3.
Yeah.
Oop, I got disconnected.
So I don't know on that. I'll have to look at and see what the issue is. But okay, but let's get into it. So if we wanted to go and get these achievements, Thaan, you've been going and getting all the achievements. I mean, so what's your goal, Thaan? Have you been trying to get every single achievement? Are you trying to get to 100%?
Yeah. I mean,
Okay.
yeah, but hearing you put it that way, that should make me stop. and
Explain to
think.
us the level of insanity. I mean, are you just
What are you trying to
insane
accomplish?
or super insane?
Yeah, I part of it. Well, for me, I think this has made me realize I definitely have a completionist personality. I mean, now this also is the only MMO. I mean, this is the only MMO I play, so it's not like
Yeah.
I'm not dividing my time among other games, right? This is it, and that helps. But
which
I
is
think,
a good point.
yeah.
When I was only playing WoW for many years, I started to go down that path. I really got into it, and started to do all the things. I sacrificed that. I made a conscious decision to not do that, not play every class, not have every profession, not do every achievement, because instead I do every game. I do every game that AIE plays. I've got characters in every single game, but it's a sacrifice. I still like the achievements though. So, you've been doing this for how long? Have you been sort of on this achievement grind?
I think I was probably playing for about a year. I mean, I honestly wasn't even aware that achievements were like a thing. And I think I was listening to the Utini podcast, I mean, way back when, and they mentioned one of them said something about achievements and where they were, and I was like, huh, what's that? So I, pulled up the board and I was like, oh, huh, I see. And so, by that point, I think I'd played each class story. So yeah, been through all the planets, 8 times, right? Had done each class story, and then it was looking at. I think where I started was looking at the planets, the planetary achievements. And I noticed that I had, Tython at like, I don't know, 70%. I was like, oh, really? I mean, I've done that planet like 8 times, through the story. Like, what else is there? And then you sort of drill down. It's like, oh, you got to go kill. I got to go kill a bunch more of these, or I have to, do the heroics X number of times. So I did all those. And my first, I was just thinking about it, getting ready for the podcast. My first sort of true achievement, mania was started there because I'd done all the normal stuff, and Tython still wasn't at 100%. I'm like, well, what am I missing? And so you click on the exploration tab, and there's this MCR 99 droid. Find all the MCR 99 droids on Tython, and that's the little buddy as my pet out right now. So there's this series of these little droids are hidden across all the planets in the game, and if you got to grab the macro binoculars and go find them. And so yeah, I did it on Thaan, and then to Ray, I had Thaan 100%. But I'm like, well, shoot, there are these droids on all these planets, and there's a special achievement, for doing them on all the planets across the galaxy, and the reward is you get this guy. So I spent hours going to each planet, and of course I'm looking up guides. There's no way I was going to do that. I'd still be here looking for those things. So thank goodness for the folks who put out guides. So that was my first real purposeful I'm gonna go find all of these. And then it sort of became a thing okay, now I've got Thaan to 100%. Well, why don't I get another planet to 100%? So I started with another easy starter planet like Gormentel, or I did the easy ones first, and then more and more, and then started realizing that there's achievements in other categories, and here we are. I'm still here we are.
What impresses me about how you approach it, and I think maybe Zen is the same way, is that you're working on achievements and you get to the ones that say, okay, you have to do this ODS task. To do that, you go, okay.
Yeah, not always. I mean, and
I'll go do that.
I know you're gonna cover Zen's notes also. I mean, it's one of Zen's points, which I totally agree with, is two of them. It's got to be fun. I mean, one achievement that I still do not have, which is kind of a big one because it would get I think it would get my general location achievement up to 100%. Is all those stupid secret droid missions. You got to go dig and dig and dig. I still don't have that because that is just soul killing. I mean, I can take it in small bits. I'll do a half hour at a time, and then I'm like, I can't do this anymore because you just dig. You're just digging holes.
Right.
Not even real holes. You're just digging holes in a game. And I'll try to combine it, with if I'm waiting for a GSF queue, go do it. But another one that I'm still slowly grinding to 100% is it's the reputation for the old Space on Rails mission. I did get the missions themselves to 100% back.
Yeah.
I think in the early days of COVID. But getting the rep to 100%.
Yeah.
I can't do the heroic ones. And there's one. Let's see, we've talked about this. There's one that gives you a green rep. It's 8 minutes. It's mindless, but you got to do it. I have to do it 30 more times to get it. And
you're ahead of me because I think I have to do it about 100 more times.
Yeah, I'm just not in the mood. So
yeah,
and I'll shift. I was going through a big kick, and I'll circle back to it. I was going through a big kick of trying to get all the flashpoints 200%, and I've got almost 10 of them now. I mean, I've got start with the lower ones, Hammer Station, but I've got Circa, just got Kadamimu the other day. And that's to get those at 100%. You have to play them 25 times each on vet mode, and then 25 times each on master mode. And for most of them, particularly master mode, you got to kill the bonus boss if there is one in the flashpoint. So that's taken some doing.
Well,
so you've had to do more than 25 each of the master mode ones because not every group will do the bonus boss.
Correct.
And
and
you didn't
go ahead with your
know.
hand. Yeah, yes, that was it.
I remember this. This is like 6 months ago. Thaan's going through these, and he's like, I thought I did this 25 times. It's like, oh crap. You also have to do the bonus boss 25 times. So some of these you probably have done 50 times.
Yeah, it's freaking Battle of Rishi, which is not easy. I mean, that's a tough one. And I've got that one. I think I've done it 19 times on master mode, except there's a bonus boss that I've never done, so that's at 0. So
and that bonus boss is hard.
I've heard it's hard.
There's a trick. There's a trick, but
mechanics. Yeah.
But
also,
also,
stay behind the pots.
I mean, Thaan used to only DPS, but he taught himself how to tank and heal so that he could run master mode flashpoints to make achievements.
Right. Yeah, because the Q would never pop for DPS, and I'm like, well, I guess I better learn how to heal and tank. And that actually brought life into the game for me, was learning to play those classes.
Yeah, I
So
can see that.
that was pretty fun. And then lately, I've been on this GSF kick, trying belatedly to catch up to Zen. But we'll get there. I mean, probably, and those are just the achievements that you can do sort of by yourself, right? I mean,
Yeah.
well, obviously the flashpoints you got to queue up, but like you can just queue by yourself and then join a group.
Yeah.
But there's plenty of them that you just absolutely have to do collectively. Like each planet has a PvP achievement tied to it to get you to 100%, and so that's the one where you got to kill 30 of the other faction's base. You got to
Mhm.
kill 30 of those defensive turrets, and that there's no way that's soloable. You need a big group to go do
Right.
that. And so for some, and probably the one that I'm most proud of, which sounds dumb, but it took some serious doing, is the DVL achievement. So I got DVL.
Yeah.
Where's that one?
You did all the
DVL.
boss.
I
It's
did
a
all those
feat of
bosses.
strength
Yeah.
now, but yeah.
Yep. So yeah, there it is. Under events, dark DVL 100%. And you have to, so whenever the galaxy flips either dark side or light side, all throughout the galaxy, these bosses, like
Oh, that
super
one.
bosses, like so
Yeah,
that one,
yeah,
like
okay.
super world bosses will spawn, and that takes a full 24-person raid group, because it's just a death fest. And only certain ones appear on certain planets, and that took a long time, and that was honestly how I learned to even form like an operations group, because I'd never done that before. And I'm like, well, I guess I got to figure that out, because I got to put this group of
Oh my
24 people
God.
together to go do it. So in a way, I guess
God, I've
actually,
only got
just
3 out of
talking through
20
it.
of these.
Yeah,
I'm waiting for
those
the
are fun.
achievement that where Thaan goes, well, I guess I'm gonna have to figure out how to form a guild.
Well, I've already done actually. Well, I have done that already as well, but yeah. So it's it's a little manic, I guess, but it has actually forced me to sort of explore different aspects of the game, like healing and tanking, that I probably wouldn't have done otherwise if I weren't sort of hunting the achievements. So, but it is. I mean, the focus does need to be like, it needs to be fun. I mean, if it's, you said this I think last week on the podcast, Seema, I mean, the game shouldn't be work. So if you're just grinding something just to grind it, like that's probably not worth
Right.
not worth doing.
Well, can we get like philosophical for a second here? Because I did a push towards achievements a few years back, and I was on Belsavis, and I was doing the kill that many ones, and that's when I noticed I think it was Belsavis, where there's actually ones where you have to kill enemy players,
Mm-hmm.
and I looked at that and I'm like, well, I don't want to do that. And then I was just sort of like, well, what's the point of doing any of the achievements if you can't do all of them?
Yep.
So I don't know how to get past that necessarily, because
Is it just the insurmountable task of killing 500 other players, or just a moral objection to killing any players? Like killing
it's
other people just isn't fun.
it's not it's not a moral objection, but it is a personality objection. Like
Yeah.
I don't try to cut in line at the store either.
Right. Yeah.
So
That
like
one.
to kill somebody, to pause somebody's game for them in order for me to meet a goal that
Right.
I want to meet isn't my idea of fun.
Yep.
Maybe we should do a mega or a
There we go.
an
So,
event one night.
so
and that's-
there are
Oh,
ways
great.
to
So
get
maybe we should,
around
like,
some
Yeah.
of these
That
restrictions.
is exactly that's exactly how I completed those, because for me, as you might guess, the attacking somebody who's flagged PvP in an open world,
It's
I'm
no
all about
problem.
I'm all about that. Like,
Yeah,
I mean,
right.
No
if you're in
qualms
the
whatsoever.
if you're
Done.
well, it's like you're assuming the risk. If you're in the PvP instance, like you
I
better
know.
know what's coming.
Like they say, if you're red, you're dead.
Yeah.
I get
So
it.
and it's
It's
and that's
not
a
for
lot.
me.
Honestly, that achievement, those achievements got a lot harder when they switched to the
Yeah, because nobody goes
instance,
there.
because nobody's in PvP, right? Exactly. So the way I got those was looking at some of the forums and finding some of the bigger guilds like Sanctuary or whoever would run these events, and they get 20 bunch of people, basically two huge ops teams. and it's a little cheesy, but I just like I don't know how you were going to kill 1,000 players on McCab or whatever, right? That's
Right.
never going to
Right.
happen. And so, you know,
Well, that's good to
they
know.
sort of team up, and it's like, okay, it's for 20 minutes, one kill, one team just obliterates the other side. You just respawn, and they just keep
Do
killing
they?
you, and you
Do
take off
they?
all your gear. And,
Would you say? I mean, this is a test. Would you say they decimate the other team?
well, it was everyone, so
Aha!
it's more than just 10. So no, I would not say that.
More than
was
just
it was
10%.
it
So
was more than just
they did not
10%. Yeah,
merely
they
decimate
did
the
not
team.
merely decimate. No,
All
they
right. Well, thank you. That's
utter total annihilation over and over again. But that's how I got those achievements.
All
And
right, so there's
unfortunately,
there's a tip. There's a tip for
yeah,
everybody
yeah,
out there is do these as a group. Figure out ways you
Yeah.
can get your friends together and do them together. I mean, a lot of them you have to do together, right? I mean, there's mastermind
yep,
flashpoints, there's operations. We've got people who keep getting out, we get achievements all the time with people coming in just in on
mhm,
our mandatory fun nights or our mega nights or ops, our ops night, our ops team, which has been
yeah,
running for years. 4 people got achievements for killing Raptus 2 weeks ago or last
yep.
week.
Last week,
So
yeah.
so yeah. So that's a good one. There's one other one. That you did with Sanctuary, which is it on this character that you did it?
Which one's that?
Wings of the Architect.
Oh no, that's on the Spider Thaan. Yeah, and that
I
wasn't even
think
Sanctuary. I had to pay. I had to pay for that one.
was that an achievement or was that you just wanted the
I
wings?
did get the achievement. If you go to the ops list, there's an achievement for completing. Yeah, for sort of
Okay.
killing. What is it, Bestia or
Yeah.
what's her name? Yeah, you kill her at Nightmare mode or Master mode. So I did get the achievement. But I was really
Brontes. Yeah.
Brontes. Thank you. Yeah, I was just doing it for the wings.
Yeah. All right. So in addition to all the achievements, Thaan also wants all the things. So that's separate. That's for separate
Well,
people.
that's a different. Although you know
Uh,
what, there is items. Where's it? There's a percentage. Yeah, anything that's not green 100%.
yeah.
That's on my list.
But let's go through a couple more of the tips. And I see Zen got off his conference call, so he's back in the chat room there.
Oh, nice.
Um, a few more of those tips, and you said, and I think we'll come back to it at the end too. I think the number one tip that both of you have talked about is make it fun. Make
Yep.
make it fun. So I think that's a good one. Zen had a good one here I liked, which was to combine the achievements with other missions or to combine
Mhm.
multiple achievements together, which I think is really interesting. Like here, we're here killing Bormu, but there's achievements to, have X companion out and kill, Y number of things. Well, if we're standing around here killing a bunch of Bormu, why not also have, whatever Mako out and be getting those
Yeah.
2 achievements at once? I mean, why
I mean,
waste
you
time,
did
right?
notice that I have C2 into out,
Oh,
Yep.
yeah.
or I did until we were in a group.
And now we're in a group. Are we bogarting your achievement points here,
No,
Seema?
it's fine. It's a
This is why
journey.
we get kicked off Seema's friends list, guys.
Isn't there some kind of like trick that if you kill something with it out before you go in to a group, you still get credit?
If you are the
Maybe.
last one into an operation and you have the companion out then outside the operation, often then when you go into the operation, that companion still counts as summoned for you, and the kills of any adds within that operation then count for that kill count.
That is a great
I
tip.
mean, I don't think you have to be last in. I think you just have to be in a situation where your companion is out and gets dismissed by you entering the instance. It
Mhm.
can't be where the companion got dismissed already because you're in an ops team. So you have to be
Right.
like far enough away from people
Right.
that he doesn't get dismissed.
Yeah. So if you're outside of the operation with more than 2 other people, your companion might get dismissed anyway, and then
Yeah.
then it ruins it. So
Yep.
you have to have your companion with you summoned when you zone in, no matter how many people are in or out. I guess that's a
Right.
clearer way to say it.
Yeah, but an easy way to do that is just hang back until everyone goes in and then summon and then walk in.
So Zen,
Yeah, the best.
Oh, go
Sorry,
ahead.
you can't do it anymore. But the way I cleared all those achievements was before level sync. I would go into the Colicoid War Games,
Yeah.
right? Because there's just like a bazillion of those like insect
Yeah.
things. Like, it was like
Yeah.
Starship Troopers, and it was just me and the comp. Just
Yeah.
that just racked it up. You could get one done in like an hour.
You know,
But
yeah, I wonder if there's a Dantooine mission where you sit in the
yeah,
turret and you just like kill those waves of mobs, and it was broken for a little while. It was broken to the point where you would kill almost all of them, but then you would die before you would finish it. But you were getting credit for every single one of those kills.
hmm
So I was using that to finish my Dantooine rampages by just going in there, using the turret, killing, killing, killing,
yep.
killing. And it was broken enough that, like most people would never finish it. And then the one time I'm like, figured this out, I think I'm a genius. I go in there and I eked out a win and completed the mission. So I can,
So you couldn't go on.
ah,
Yeah.
I ruined it. Zen's
I
example of
ruined it with my awesomeness.
yeah, I am so epic. I complete the uncompletable missions. You know me.
Right.
Zen's example of doing this was on his journey to Valor Rank 100, which he has achieved. He's also working towards Renown Rank 999, which is another achievement. And he's doing both of those at the same time. I mean, that's an obvious one.
That's smart. Yeah.
Which is, get those boosts going, do it during double XP, all these things are sort of lining up. It's a great opportunity. So that's a really good one. What's this? So this next one. So tell me, Thaan and Seema and Corley, don't get overwhelmed by looking at everything at once.
Yeah.
Start by focusing on your favorite part of the game. Get those achievements done. I mean, sounds like you kind of did that a little bit, Thaan, and don't try to do everything, but like focus in an area.
Yep. Yeah. I mean, for me, I was sort of going with low hanging fruit that was stuff that was within my control, right? Like I could sit there and kill 500 Bormu. Although I didn't do that in one sitting, right? I could only take that for 15 to 20 minutes at a time. I'm like, okay, I got to do something else. But yeah, pick stuff pick stuff that seems fun. Like I'm actually just having a ball. I mean, and I think Zen even said this in his notes also. So for forever, the only ship I'd play in GSF was the Strike Fighter. But once I got kind of hooked on the achievements there, you got to play X number of missions as a scout and X number of missions as a bomber. And then there's these healing medals, which you have to be a bomber. And so,
yeah,
kind of like learning how to play heals and tank in the regular game. Just in the last probably 3 weeks, I've figured out how to be frankly not too bad as a gunship, because that's essential to get some of the total damage, total kills, MVP achievements. So it's hunting the achievements is kind of a thing in and of itself, but it's forced me to learn other aspects of the game that I probably wouldn't have. And
Yeah.
they're a blast. They're fun.
yeah. And having fun with it and finding more ways to have fun in the game is kind of a really cool. I mean that's kind of the purpose of achievements. That's why achievements were invented. But yeah, that's pretty interesting.
So what was it like for you when you like queued for your first flashpoint as a tank or a healer with like zero experience? I mean, like,
Well, you may recall that when I first joined the ops team, you were trying to get me to be a tank, and that was a
oh yeah,
miserable
I forgot about that.
failure. So, so it was already I was already prepared for it to be bad. But honestly, what I found was the flashpoints, frankly, just weren't as hard as jumping into ops, and so there was a learning curve, just like there was a learning curve with GSF, and I had to put up with some ragey people, like I did. When I went through my ranked PvP phase,
Sniper no Q.
yeah, sniper no Q. I mean,
I mean,
they're
I
out
think
there.
I think there's a personality thing there too, because like Max and I were talking about this the other day. It's like I have to talk myself into doing something if I think I might fail at it. It's like I don't just go, oh, let's give it a shot. I might fail, no big deal. I pretty much have to go, okay, it's fine. You know, you won't die.
Right.
Just try it already. You know.
Now it's an interesting point because in life that is 100% my personality. I think maybe the game, right? Because I'm anonymous. It's like, well, yeah, I might absolutely completely suck
Yeah. Right.
at this, and everyone in this group is going to hate me. But they don't really know who I am, so that's not the end of the world.
But that's
Yeah.
probably a lesson for life too. It's sort of like not that it's okay if people hate you so much, but it's like just try it.
Yeah.
Because if you I mean, all the philosophers first say if you don't fail, you can't succeed really. I mean,
Yep.
If you haven't failed enough times, you're not trying hard enough.
yeah.
What
Yeah.
doesn't kill you makes you stronger.
Yeah. Yep.
What the don't kill me can only make me stronger.
Well,
You better
okay.
hurry up now, because I can't wait much longer. Excuse my Kanye.
Well, now you're gonna get copyright strike.
Uh-oh.
Well, because I sounded exactly like
Yeah,
Kanye. You're right.
exactly.
I know it's gonna get it out of my.
If,
You
if
thought
Sean, if
Kanye
Sean
was here,
Connery,
didn't
Sean Connery hasn't
you?
sent a cease and desist.
Don't
yet.
kill me. All right. Okay, we're running a little bit late. Let's go through a couple more of these because these are really good things. This is a very Zen comment as well from Zen. Remember that achievements are more of a journey than a destination. So that is certainly key. Zen sort of told this story about Valrank 100 is a thing. You can grind, you can grind out those matches and grind out those matches. But what Zen found was in doing that, he started to find the fun parts of PvP. And it was, unranked. You're just in there doing matches and got into it so much. And he just hit Valrank 100 recently. Got into it so much that he was so into the games and having so much fun with these matches, Valorant 100 just sort of passed by. And,
Yeah.
and he was like, oh, crap, I hit Valorant 100. Fine, but I'm having a blast. This is really cool. This is really fun. So find the fun, I think is a really interesting part of it too. And it gets back to that. Why are the achievements there? It's for you to discover the fun that exists. And we've said this before, is when game developers trick you into having fun, you're still having fun.
Yeah. Right.
So it's okay. It's okay that they scammed you into having fun with your friends. I can't believe you've done this. You've made me have fun with my friends. It's like, yeah, okay, yeah, I did. Okay. Well, I guess that's kind of nice. How about this one? Take breaks from time to time. Taking a break, step away from it for a while. Did you do that, Thaan? I mean, you did it in small ways. You said with certain achievements where you're not going to
Yeah.
do seeker droiding for too damn long. But
Yeah. Yeah.
what about everything
Yeah.
else?
I sort of move from thing to thing, so like I probably haven't been as focused on my Mastermind Flashpoint run the last month or so. I've been more focused on GSF, but that'll cycle back and I'll either go back to, I tell you one big category where, some friendly help would really be awesome. Is all
Hint,
is
hint,
all
nudge,
the
nudge.
is all the uprisings. There's a whole bunch of uprisings.
Yeah. No, but
There's a whole,
that's in the
yeah.
patch notes somewhere. They're increasing the rewards for
I
uprisings.
know
So.
you guys, and I'm actually glad to hear that because the uprising queues never pop. They just never pop. So I have none of those completed to 100. I have one, but
Well, tell Marcus
but-
we'll do an uprising MFN or a mega.
that'd be fun. Yeah,
Well,
that'd be
and
fun.
MFNs. We can do some MFNs.
Yep.
The uprisings. I mean,
Yeah.
I like the uprisings. There's some really cool things in the uprisings that they don't have other places. I mean, there's the tough parts of the uprisings, which is like waves of ads.
Yep.
But there's the
My
cool, fun little side effects, the cool little stories. There's like the whole Cthulhu thing where you're like waking the beast from beyond.
Yep.
And,
my reaction was about
decos.
it was more about doing uprisings for MFN because
Ah,
when you have 16 or 20 people to do the small
Yeah.
content stuff is
Yep.
so it's so noisy.
Yeah.
Like
Yeah.
you
It's
either
really
have
hard
to
to
all
do.
stay in the same channel
Or
or you have
break
to
up, and
split
then
up
it's
into different
not like
channels
a
and then it's like
MFN.
not very MFN-y. Yeah, so
Yeah.
it's problematic for MFN.
Yeah, that's true.
So maybe talk to your raid leader, whoever that might be. And maybe we can do an uprising
We
night.
did it once. We tried. We couldn't get through. What was it? Fire Frost. That
Really?
last
Frost
boss.
Fire,
Well,
Yeah.
Fire Frost, Frost and Fire.
Yeah.
maybe we
We
got
can
good
do it.
since then.
Kicking our butt.
Maybe
That's good. Better
get
gear.
good.
I don't know. Somebody told me that we should only be doing hard mode or vet mode operations because we blew through story mode.
Okay, couple last notes from Zen. Couple key things which you really should keep in mind. There's an achievement tracker. So if you want to track an achievement, you click this little checkbox that's under achievements, that the one that you're going after. So say I wanted to, why are my strongholds only 90%?
I just
Oh,
got
crafting
They
prefab.
added
I
some.
just got one of the achievements, killing 50 Bormu.
Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah, I just got
Nice.
that one too.
I just
Oh,
got
You got to do
Valmora defeat
500,
enemies 1 too.
but you click that little checkbox and it'll say, it'll put it in front. Let me find one that I haven't completed. Look at all these that I've completed.
And it
Blah,
it
blah,
it
blah.
persists between characters too.
Yeah.
Mhm.
So if I put, I already got one. I've got one of the Bormu ones. Wait, why am I at 24 of 25 Bormu? I'll look at that later. Anyway,
Yeah, go get them.
this you can move it
I
around.
think it's because you've only killed 24 Bormu. I mean,
No, I did. No, I killed 24 Bormu. I killed like 22 that other night that we were doing it. Then I came back and killed a couple more.
Because
I
you were
don't know,
trying to
something else.
bargain with them.
Anyway,
yes, you were bargaining with them.
you can toggle this on and off. It'll track extra achievements here. It's a great thing to do. There are hidden achievements. So if the total in a category doesn't add up to what you think it should add up to, you might need to find out what the hidden achievements might be and go after those. So Zen made that point. You just Google it and you'll find those hidden achievements. If you want to find out when you did an achievement, let me find it here. I'm 100% on Colicoid War Games. If I go into here, I should be able to see. Yeah, I completed this on April 9th of 2013. I completed my Colicoid War Games Veteran 5 of 5 to get Colicoid War Games to 100%. So that's a fun thing to do when people say, oh, I got that achievement. I got it in 2013. Well, that is kind of long ago, isn't it?
Yeah.
Yeah. So do you got any achievements that old? This Thaan? Do you got that going for you? Because I
Uh,
do.
Liquid War Games. Let's see.
You also got to remember that the achievements didn't get put in the game until I think when
Yeah.
Make B.
So
Yeah,
this is probably one of the
that's what
oldest
I'm
achievements I
looking
have.
Yeah.
Yeah, April of 2013 on that one. This is a really good one. Look at the rewards on the achievements, and that may help guide you to where you might want to go.
Yep.
A lot of the basic achievements, like you do the flashpoint, you get the posters to hang on your walls. That's boring. But there are achievements out there that reward you with cartel coins.
Mm-hmm.
There's achievements that reward you with special decos. There's some cool stuff you can get from some of these achievements, titles, and what's your favorite reward that you've gotten from doing an achievement, Thaan?
Lord of the Racklings title, because that took some doing. I hate
Kills
to
me.
rub it
How'd
in.
you get the stupid rare Rackling off of Eyeless? Did
I
you
don't know.
just rotate through
dropped.
characters? Yeah, I mean,
Yeah, I think I just was clearing it a bunch and it just dropped. Yeah, but then you got to break it out and go kill the lurker with it. But yeah.
yeah, but I mean that's the easy part. So the
Yep.
key with Lord of the Racklings, you need to get the 5 or 7. There's more than that. There's more than that Racklings in the game now, but the 5, I think it's the 5 or 7 base Racklings.
Yeah.
And then you need to with each of those racklings, go and kill the tunnel lurker out. But that's easy. That's not a problem. The hard part of this is getting one of the racklings only drops off of the eyeless.
Yep.
And it has a slightly higher chance of dropping off of vet mode eyeless. But it's a very rare drop on the story mode eyeless in particular. I've killed eyeless probably 50 times. I've seen it drop probably twice. So it's not common. If you want to get this, here's my tip for this one. If you want to really get this one, and I should go and do this because I keep telling myself I should, when that event comes up and the eyeless is out, take every single one of your characters, go down in the tunnel, wait for the pug groups, especially on Tuesday when it starts, wait for the pug groups, jump in every pug group with every single one of your characters and go and kill the eyeless on every single character and then roll on it relentlessly. That's the only way to go after that and get that rare rackling. But that's a wonderful achievement, a Lord of the Racklings. I want that as well. I've got a little party of racklings in my Yavin stronghold. There's down that tunnel behind the waterfall. There's a little party with the racklings. There are bugs. So another one of Zen's tips is there are bugs with some of the achievements. In fact, you ran into this, Thaan, with the armor sets in particular. When this first came out. Why don't you describe that?
That's still happening. So there's achievements for just collecting stuff. So of course I go and do that too. So for example, on Spoils of War, I've got 100% of all the tactical items. I just finally got that like last week, I think. And I've got about 40% of the equipment sets, but there's a bug where it won't, if you buy the item off Kai Zyken, if it's one of his drops, when you look at the armor set, it'll be green, for that particular component. If you decide to just burn 3,000 tech frags and buy it from the vendor, if it's one of the ones you can get from the vendor, it's not registering in the achievement. So I've had several, where I'm looking at all 7 pieces and I try putting them on, I switch them in cargo bays, but I have them all, and the achievement wasn't registering as complete. So I've been opening tickets to get those corrected because I'm like, man, come on,
because that's your deal. And go ahead and open those tickets. Go ahead and get it corrected. That also then provides a signal to the devs to say, hey, here's a continuing problem. We're seeing all these tickets. If we just fix this thing, all these tickets would go away. This
guy will leave us alone.
Thaan, oh God, Thaan again.
That guy again.
Thaan. And then the last point that Zen made in his spectacular notes, and we really appreciate Zen doing all the work to put these notes together for us tonight. We wanted Zen on the show too, but Zen's in Australia and he's in the middle of his work day. But he's in the chat room now in between conference calls and work. But one of his last cool points was, you might want to get all the achievements. Go ahead and do it, but do it. Realize that you're doing it for yourself because you will not be the first person to get 100% on the achievements. That did already happen. It happened in 2017. There is a thread on the forums, which Zen gave us a link to. 100% achievement points. There were a couple bugs which made it not possible. It finally became possible, and then somebody was able to post it and do it and say, I did it. So
that's crazy.
So when you get it, Thaan, and wow, look at that. You can just see all the 100%, 100%, 100%.
Wow.
I don't know. I just go back. I am Dirk. There's another post on Imgur about somebody who is Dirk. I am Dirk. Come pick me up. Send help. 100% on all the achievements. Wow, look at that. Wow. Look at that, Thaan. You're drooling looking at that.
No, so then I become judgmental. I'm like, that guy, that's obsessive.
Oh, yeah, that guy.
That guy right there, he's nuts.
At least I'm not that guy.
I like that guy. I mean, come on.
Yeah, I have a life, man. There's always someone that you can feel better about yourself by looking at. They either have less than you or they have more than you, and you can justify exactly where you are, however you need to do that to feel
However
good
you need
about
to
where
get
you're
there.
at. So feel free to do that. And then even Zen says, I wonder how that person feels every time new content comes out, and now all of a sudden they don't have 100% again.
That
like,
is the thing, because I had strongholds at 100%, and then they released Alderaan, which I haven't gotten yet. I'm like, oh man, why is that not at 100%? So you got to stay on top of it.
See, you never be done. Never be done. All right. Speaking of never being done, this podcast probably should be done. How'd you like that segue? That's a pro move right there.
I really love that Corley and Thaan were here with us tonight, and that Zen provided us some notes. So thank you for coming.
No, thank you. It was fun.
Yeah, this was great.
Thanks for having me.
Yeah, thanks both of you. Any final wrap up comments from either of you wanted to throw in to the knowledge bombs you wanted to drop on people out there?
No, I think Zen. I agree with Zen. Having it be fun, and you can, to that end, you can create your own achievement. Self-created content. So for me, killing Zen and GSF is its own. That's its own achievement. There's no tracker or checklist. It'll never be 100%, but that's an achievement. You can create your own.
That is a great one. That is a really good one. And Corley, thank you very much for all the Steam info. We'll have to keep an eye on and maybe escalate to the devs. What's the deal with the trading cards? I mean, they're only a minor thing, but we're buying coins. We're paying our subscriptions. Where's my Lana Benico trading card?
I mean, it may be a minor thing, but we're MMO players. It's the minor things that
it's a thing.
Yeah.
And we need all the things.
Right.
Yeah, exactly. How about you, Seema? Anything to wrap us up?
No. Just my wrap up was I was really glad you guys came and talked to us. And I want to get some more achievements now.
Let's go do achievements. Let's all join the AIE achievement group, which is starting up every other Friday. So there you go. Every other Friday. So every Friday there's now either a Flashpoint night, which is another opportunity to get achievements, or a specific group is forming with Kyohu and B. Kavanaugh, which will be going after achievements as a group. So there's a great opportunity. We should have mentioned that sooner. But that's going to be happening.
Friday night, the Friday night is going to be either one of those two things or a mega.
So
there's always something going on.
Tomorrow is a mega, which is a special event. But otherwise, it'll rotate back and forth between the achievement nights and the Flashpoint nights.
Yeah.
I'm sure some people will be getting achievements tomorrow.
Even tomorrow.
That's true.
So there we go. All right. So with that, our EPC 354 droid is ready to be kicked out in airlock to broadcast this podcast to all of you out there. Please keep up with us on Twitter at MaxTheGray and at AIESEMA. Thaan, Corley, did you have a Twitter handle you wanted to throw out there? I mean, if you want.
I do not.
All right. Well, there you go. If you want to find Thaan and Corley, you can find them in our guild Discord. You can find our guild Discord at aie-guild.org. There's a big Discord link in the upper right. We are on Starforge. We're on the Imperial side. We're on the Republic side. Thaan and Corley are all over the guild. Corley is another one of our officers and runs one of our ops teams on a couple of the other ops teams. We would love to have you in there joining our mandatory fun nights, our monthly epic guild activities, which we have another one coming up tomorrow. aie-guild.org. That's how you can find us. Come join. That's why we do the podcast. And with that, we will talk to you soon.
Later, everyone.